Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video by me, FoxyNoTail, here on the truly Bedrock survival server in Slack's base again. Yes, I'm back here, and the reason I'm here, well, there's two reasons actually. One is I've actually had Chuck over in this mob farm. You can't see him because he's invisible because he's a camera account, but he's been AFK here in this mob farm for 24 hours trying to replace us some gunpowder, and all we've got in 24 hours, well, it's not a lot really. Not a lot at all. Three and a bit double chests full. So yeah, it's not ever so quick. And one of the problems is mini baby zombies or spider jockeys and stuff like that. Not spider jockeys, but the ones with the baby zombies on. They fall down and they escape. And they end up down here of all places. And I don't know why. And Slack's cleared this out a few times and so have I. And I don't know how they end up down there. The only place they could possibly escape is here. But then why do they end up under the stairs there? It doesn't make any sense. And for some reason, that's really slowing down the rates of this thing, just having a couple of those. So we're also wondering, are mob heads affecting the mob cap? Because they fixed this in 1.16, because pre-1.16 they did, like armor stands did. And it seems that maybe, we haven't done any testing, but maybe they're affecting things. And I would just like to clarify, anyone that uses my Chuck add-on, where you can have Chuck in your world and he becomes a chunk loader, that is not the same Chuck that is in the AFK. The AFK Chuck is my actual camera account. It's an actual player, which means it can go AFK, and that's what my add-on is based on. And yeah, a lot of confusion in my last few videos when I've been talking about Chuck being AFK, people thinking it's the add-on. It's not. We don't have that add-on enabled on this server, but we have got, I don't know, a reasonable amount of gunpowder, and I don't need the gunpowder now. We've actually used all of the gunpowder for things we're going to be doing, and that was hopefully going to be this video, but unfortunately that video has to wait because it's not time to release it yet. But yeah, you'll see what we were using all of that gunpowder for very soon. And putting all of that together, we managed to get almost 2 shulker boxes, which is not a lot for such a long AFK time. That's really not a lot at all. The other reason I am down in Slack's base, and he is up on the server at this particular moment in time, so I need to be fairly sneaky, is to have a good ogle at his bamboo farm and also his kelp farm, because in the last episode we built a sugarcane farm and we obviously made it better than Slack's. I mean, ours doesn't get wandering trader llamas hiding in our sugarcane farm. Oh no, no, no. And we've got a bone meal system in ours, and I would like to do it again. I would like to make a bamboo farm that is better than Slack's and a kelp farm that is, do you know what? I don't actually need that one to be better than Slack's. We don't need such a ridiculous amount of kelp, but I would like a kelp farm over at our industrial area. And this is our industrial area, this square of chunks here that have not got a great deal in and don't look particularly attractive. We've got a cactus farm, we've got a sugarcane farm which works both actively with bamboo, not bamboo, bone meal, and it works passively, just generating a sugarcane. And outside of the video, I have fiddled with the collection system a little bit, adding a ridiculous number of hoppers and chests just to try and speed it up a bit, because it is a little bit slow. It's a little bit slow. The collection system, it just tends to back up when we run the bone meal because there's just so much sugarcane coming through. And it does actually sound like this thing is turned on. Yes, it is. Let's turn it off. We don't want to be running this farm and wasting all of the bone meal that's in there, because we've got more than enough sugarcane now. We've got chests upon chests upon chests of sugarcane. So that's all good. So what we're going to do, I know we haven't decorated that one yet, but we'll get to that, is we're going to do a similar thing here, but for bamboo. And then we're going to use these 2 chunks here for the kelp. Now, I don't know if we'll have time to do all of those in today's video, but hopefully we should get cracking on at least one of them. And we used a design very similar to this one to do the sugarcane. The sugarcane obviously needs water to grow, whereas bone meal doesn't. Bone meal, why do I keep getting them confused? Bamboo! The problem with bamboo, though, is I think it only grows once per bone meal. So if you're using a bone meal based farm, it's costing you a lot of bone meal to get bamboo back. Let's check that out before I make that statement, actually. And of course, I have absolutely no bone meal at all in my food box. And I know, why would you have bone meal in your... Why bamboo? Bamboo in your food box. Well, it's kind of food and greeny stuff, really. So yeah, we're going to have to go back to our one chunk town and have a look at our bamboo farm that's over there. As I step out of the portal at One Chunk Town, I am greeted with another portal. That synced up well, didn't it? Okay. Right, things have changed over here. I haven't been here for a long time, and yeah, a few things have gone on. Silent has got this ridiculous mega farm, mega build chunk thing. I think it's even got iron farms and all sorts of stuff like that in it. That's absolutely ridiculous. And I don't know what's happened to that side up there. Let's not get too much into that. Yeah, there's a few things going on over here. I never did do the bet for Tiz. That's basically you could bet to see when he was going to die on the server. I think he hasn't died yet, as far as I'm aware. Well, this is my one chunk build if you haven't been watching this series. And at the bottom of down here, we've actually got a bamboo farm already, albeit a very small one. A very teeny weeny bamboo farm. It is a micro bamboo farm, but it does create a lot of bamboo. It's got sugarcane in it. Well, yes, it's multi-purpose. We actually need some bamboo to do the testings, and I should. Ah! I've got no bamboo in my bamboo box. Oh, jeez, where's all my bamboo? Must be at home. Oh, well, at least, you know, we come down here. We haven't been here for a while. We make use of our cheaty furnaces, repair some of our bits and bobs while we're here. Aha! I found a bamboo. I only need one. That's... yeah, okay, I'm going. I'm leaving. Oh, I haven't checked my shop profits for a while. Oh, jeez. Well, hopefully that slime will despawn as I go up this tunnel. I can go back down again. Check to see if we've had any more shop profits. And, oh, we have. And I can change some of those diamonds out for emeralds now that I'm emerald rich because of my emerald farm. Yes, let's do this. Many emeralds. So I need a stack and 7 emeralds. Okay, easy peasy. 1 stack and then 7. Switch those out there. Amazing. We've nearly got 9 stacks of diamond profits so far from our shops. That's brilliant. And I haven't checked the shops for a long time. So it might be worth popping over to the shopping area soon and checking those out. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, and it looks like we've got things going on here as well. Lots of changes in lots of places, and it's very late, and it's raining, which isn't very nice. How can it rain in the mesa? Well, this is technically a mushroom biome because we edited the biomes. Now, I doubt very much we've even got stock left in this thing, and because we've hardly got any gunpowder yet, it's nearly completely out of stock, look. Jeez. Oh man, yeah, we need to seriously restock the fireworks shop. Have we got any gunpowder up here to do that with? No, none at all. Oh jeez, well, I bet we've got a lot of profits from that then, unless somebody's already been and collected those. 50 diamonds, there we go for me and Slack, brilliant. Okay, right, to-do list, fill that up with rockets, I guess. I could maybe do that with that gunpowder I just got. Nothing from Slack's shroom shop. What about the books and, oh, we got a diamond from the leather. There we go. We've got, oh, a diamond from some books. Nice. I can start filling that up with the books from the raid farm now as well. And a couple of diamonds from name tags as well. Very nice. What about the stone shop place of mine and Slack's? But before I go there, what about mine and BJW's shop? Have we had any sales of diamonds? We have. Now, I need to keep these separate from mine and Slack. So me and Slack have got 54. Me and BJW have got 8. Oh, and a few more here. We've got 14. Nice. And as I go into the Fiery Forge of Doom, I know this shop needs restocking on the Blackstone and stuff as well. And I desperately need more Blackstone and stuff because I am running desperately low. But I don't have time to go and do a big mining mission today. As usual, I am short on time to record this video. And I'm trying to squeeze as much in a short amount of time as possible. Nothing on the Blackstone. And I would doubt very much we've had any stone sales. Yeah, stone sales do not look particularly positive. What about this side? Oh, we have sold stone on this side. Okay. No, we haven't sold any iron, which is not surprising because, yeah, there's iron a lot cheaper on the surface. That's absolutely fine. So me and BJW got 14. And me and Slack got 64 plus 11, which is 75. Let's go and split these up. And then let's go and get cracking with this bamboo farm. Jeez. Okay, BJW, there is half for you there in your one chunk build. And Mr. Lizard, let's go and get half for you as well. Oh, jeez. Oh, this door system. Yeah. There we go. 32 plus 5. There's your half there, Slack. And now I can go and change mine for even more diamond-y, emerald-y things. And the reason I do this is just to keep a track of how many sales we made on the server this season. It's a nice thing to do. So I need another 45 emeralds. Easy peasy. There we go. And that has now taken me up to a stack of emerald blocks worth of profit sales, or a stack of diamond blocks worth of profit sales. That's absolutely amazing. That means we've got loads and loads of diamonds. We're still very, very rich. Very, very nice. Great job. Right, back to the industrial area. Okay, first things first, how much bone meal do we... No. Okay, first things first, how much bamboo do we get per bone meal? And the answer is 1. So, that's quite an expensive use of bone meal for not a lot of return with bamboo. And bamboo grows pretty quickly. So, I'm thinking passive only farm this time, but obviously better than slacks. So, lots of bamboo. So, how can we design a chunk to give us the maximum amount of bamboo at a similar height to those farms? Let's look into it. Well, we're basically going to be using a very similar design to what we did before to create rows of bamboo like this, so that when it grows it gets broken, but we need to make it in a sense that it's going to be efficient. Now, we could do it in a circle around the outside of this farm, but that will make accessing the inside of it difficult. It also means we won't be able to see it from the outside, which will look a little bit rubbish, and it's probably not the most efficient way we could do it. Now, one issue we had with the passive side of the sugarcane farm that was on the upper levels, often the pistons wouldn't actually push it all off the side. It would only push the bottom layer off the edge and then down into the hole where we need it to go. So with this farm, if we've got hopper minecarts under here, that's going to get everything from this first layer absolutely fine. But, wow. Okay, I'll sleep then. But the layers above this are potentially not going to fall down because they're going to have to be staggered backwards a little bit, perhaps, maybe, I think. They will, yes. So, maybe slime blocks? Possibly. Coming back to our test setup here, if we switch that sticky piston out for a piston with a slime block on it, and we remove anything that it can touch, when we activate it, it will actually send the bamboo flying, which will be just what we need in order to get the bamboo where we need it to go. As I will demonstrate, watch that piece of bamboo. Bing! It goes right over there. It goes miles, which is ideal for getting it where we want it to go. The problem is here, it's fine with the passive farm. The problem is actually getting an observer system in place, being able to see it, so that we can have these in lines. The other thing is, will it stack with honey? Because if we got these things in a long line, we can only technically go 12 blocks long before we breach the push limit of a piston, and therefore it might cause problems if it's pushing bamboo and breaking it. I don't know. Okay, if we grow all of that nice and tall like that and then activate our sticky piston, if I can get round to it, we should hopefully... yeah, break all of that with just one piston as well. So this is going to save us a little bit of money on pistons. That fires everything miles away where we need it. But the stuff, if it's going above that, if we're actually growing it higher than that before it breaks, what's going to happen to those pieces? Are they just going to fall down again? Let's check it out. Because they're not going to go flying. No, they're just going to land on the sticky pistons and then get retracted. Now, we could potentially have terracotta or glazed terracotta above that, or some sort of immovable block above the sticky pistons to stop those top bits, or we could just have observers at this level looking at the other side of that and then detecting the slime blocks coming out. So if we had observers there and then a redstone system that linked those together, then when they grow to that level, then we can push it out. That might not actually be a bad idea. Let me see if I can come up with something simple enough using that method. So what about something like this, where we've got the bamboo growing? This last one's in front of an observer there, which has a little bit of redstone going into the side of a sticky piston, going into those slime blocks. When it grows, yeah, the bamboo's going to go flying. Unfortunately, though, the sticky piston doesn't pull back the slime blocks because it's now at push limit because of the observer, which means we'd have to have this a block lower and our observer's going to get taken back, which is not ideal. Okay, my master plan is working quite well, actually. So what I've got here, although I need to replace that piece of redstone dust, is a sticky piston pushing into these slime blocks with a solid block at the end, and then a little circuit here that stops this from creating a loop. If I get rid of that repeater there, what will happen when this bamboo grows is that is going to create a clock, and it's just going to get stuck like that. However, if I put that there on 3 ticks, that will actually lock that repeater so that it can't create a loop, and therefore we only get one fire. So as soon as that grows, i.e. once it gets bone mealed or once it grows naturally, that's going to get popped out, and the pieces, apart from that one could potentially be lossy. The rest of them are all going to go flying over into our collection system. So there we go. We now have a system that's easy to build, relatively simple redstone. It's only using one piston and one observer per row, but we're going to need a lot of slime blocks and probably a lot of leaves. So I guess we need to go shopping. Oh man, I've just been there. Over at the shopping area, the place we need to go to is none other than, I think this is actually owned by Mr. Beardstone, his slime shop. I'm pretty sure it's Mr. Beardstone's slime shop. I'm not 100% sure. And we want to make sure that we get plenty. We're going to need a lot of this stuff. So I brought a lot of sugar boxes. It's 1 diamond per 32. That's not a bad price. You complained about it last time you were in here? Yeah, well, I'm the complainer. Shut up. And there we go. I bought a full sugar box full of slime blocks. That is, yeah, those 2 chests worth. Jeez. Welcome. You're welcome for my many monies. Oh, jeez. It's not very expensive. Very expensive. You just said it was cheap. Shut up. And back at home, I just happen to have a lot of leaves kicking around. This is very handy. Let's fill up another shulker box. And if you're wondering how I empty things out of my shulker boxes so quickly, how I do this, it's a auto clicker or turbo clicker. It's all part of my mouse software. I have a Steel Series Rival 600 mouse, and in that I have settings that allow me to adjust and change what happens when I click on these side buttons and this middle button here. So this button, for instance, when I click on that, it auto repeats a click every 15 seconds for button 1, which is my main click button. This one will repeat while I'm holding it, and this one will do the right click button, so button 2. So yeah, it's a really handy mouse to have. It's not particularly cheap mouse, but I really like it, and it's very useful for getting items out of chests very quickly. Okay, I now have 2 sides in for this, and this is how we're going to be doing it. We're going to have both sides pushing towards the middle and water streams underneath pushing into hoppers, which then lead into chests down here. And as you can see, there's nothing in there yet because nothing's grown, but hopefully that should be all we need. Now, I've been a little bit silly because I like symmetry. Now, these chunks, because chunks are 16 blocks wide, they're an even number, I wanted it to have an even wide middle. I could have saved myself a lot of glass and a lot of stone by having this, with a 1 wide middle, by moving one of those in 1 block. But I haven't. I've gone to do it like this. And all I'm going to do now is just repeat this, like up in the sky. So we've got lots and lots of them. And this should be a 100% lossless farm by the time it's done, because when these things grow, although they're probably going to end up flying over the glass on this one because the glass isn't high enough. But yeah, when they grow, all of the bamboo should end up in the water streams and going into those hoppers at the bottom there. Brilliant. Right. Repeat. During today's time lapse, I would like to tell you that I am very, very tired. I have been getting up several times a night for the last 2 weeks with my new puppy, because not that she's waking up in the night needing to go to the toilet, more that I wake up in the night because I hear her and think that she might need to go to the toilet. So I take her out around about 2, 4 and 6 a.m. throughout the night. I go to bed at about 10:30. I've been going to bed early to make sure I am getting plenty of sleep, but I'm getting broken night sleeps every night. And yeah, then when it gets to 6 a.m, it's light outside. I think, you know what, we might as well just get up. But at least I'm getting recording videos earlier in the day, which is good. I am still a little bit behind. I'm trying very hard to catch up. This video I'm actually recording on the day it's due to go out. It's due to go live in 1 hour. Hopefully I can finish editing by then and get it uploaded in time. Fingers crossed. Anyway, I better get back to the video, hadn't I, if time is short. See you in a minute. Well, I'm going to cut that time-lapse short there, even though we haven't quite finished building this thing yet. It needs to go another layer up. I have run out of a couple of materials, the main one being glass and the second one being bamboo. Obviously, we're generating a little bit of bamboo from this now, but I can't actually plant all of the layers because we don't have enough. So I'm just going to have to go and bone meal a load of it so that I can get some more to fill this thing up. But yeah, it is running. It is running, and it doesn't look too bad either. It's not a horrendously bad looking farm. And those grindstones there just adding a little bit more detail and allowing us a... Wait, what? Ah, that's the wrong video. I'm panicking. I'm running out of time. Jeez. There we go. Now that I've managed to get my resources regathered and I've got a little bit of bamboo as well, I think it's time we did a little bit of a tutorial on how to build this amazing farm. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to place a layer of sea lanterns above this grass here. It's not grass, it's leaves. Yes, above this leaves here, like so. What if I don't have leaves? If you don't have leaves, right, the thing you need to do is place the sea lanterns on the floor. Yes, very good. Right, next, what you're going to do, you're going to do a line of dirt in front of those sea lanterns and also one block there. Why? Just because that's how it works. Oh, okay, fair enough. Many grass blocks like so. And then on the other side as well, we also want many grass blocks as well, just like that. And then one there as well. You could put a sea lantern here, but I'm going to use a stone brick because I don't really need a sea lantern there. Next, we are going to basically put a line of stone bricks along the back there. One there and one there with one behind it. And with one behind that, and that's where observers are going to go. So we're going to grab a couple of observers. That's 60, that's not a couple. Oh, shut up, it's fine. Put one there, facing into or towards the grass, and then one there, and a couple of stone bricks behind them, like that. And then you can build this wall up a little bit taller if you want. Next, what we're going to do is add some more leaves on top of the sea lanterns. Why? Because leaves don't stick to slime blocks, mate. Oh, okay. And a stone brick at the end there. What if I haven't got stone bricks? Use something else that's a solid block. Okay, fair enough. I can do that. Right, once we've done that, I'm going to put a stone brick or any block behind there just to rest our sticky piston on. That's where our sticky piston's going to live. And we need to do exactly the same thing on the other side here as well, like that. And we're going to put another solid block there. That needs to be a block that sticky pistons or sticky things like slime blocks can touch. Then we're going to put slime blocks on top of our leaf blocks like that with more leaves on top of those. Why? Because they don't stick to slime blocks. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Sorry. More slime blocks like so. Many. Oh, dear, too many. And then leaves on top of those like so. We are nearly there. What we're going to do before we do anything else, though, is going to drop down and we're going to stick the old bamboo down here like this. You haven't done it on the levels below yet. I know, I forgot. I'll do it in a minute. Okay, right. So we've got those on all of those. Then we need to hop out across to the other side. Is that part of the tutorial? Yep, hop across to the other side. You know, I mean, falling down. Shut up and fall down. You fell down. Trying to do this in a rush, mate. Right, bamboo along this bit here like that. I've run out. Quick, more bamboo. There we go. Got bamboo everywhere on every single spot. That's all good news. And then we need our glass in the middle, which I'm not going to do just yet. Well, that's not very good for the... Just shut up. I'm just... Wait. I forgot to put me... No, I haven't. I've put the slime blocks in. I've done everything. Oh, I haven't linked up the redstone, of course. Right, redstone then. What we're going to do, we're going to put a block coming out from that bit there. We can put a solid block there as well, just to cover that gap up, just to stop things spawning in it. And we're going to bring some blocks out around this piston here and make a complete mess of it like that. Yes, we don't need that one, or that one, or that one, right? Then grab a couple of repeaters. You're going to have one going into the side of that piston and one going into the side of that repeater on 3 ticks. That's 2 ticks. Shut up. Ticks. So it's not all the way back, but it's nearly there. Like, no, that's too far. That's not enough. That one. Okay. Right. Okay. Yep. Right. Same thing on this side. Exactly the same thing. So a block there. A block there. A couple of blocks there like that. And then another few blocks here like this. Repeater going into the side of that piston. Like that. One there on the right number of ticks. And then redstone to link it all up. And then that is it. Done. All we got to do now is just put the glass at the front and in between. Now, as you can see, as I've been doing the glass, I have actually been putting leaf blocks where the slime blocks are going to come out, so it doesn't stick to the glass and cause problems. And each one of these is 12 grass blocks along, because the maximum push amount from a piston is 12 blocks. And when it pushes all of those slime blocks and that block at the end, that is 12 blocks in total. So now all we got to do is build up these glass walls. And I'm going to use my fancy auto clicker system to be able to place that glass very, very quickly. Yeah, oh. You've turned it off. Yes, I have. Yes, I've turned it on again now. It's fine. There we go. Mini. Oh, dear. Well, yeah. Turn your auto-clicker off when you go into your inventory, otherwise all sorts of mayhem happens. There we go. Mini. Oh, before I go up there, though, let's place a little bit more... Not glass. Before I go up there, though, let's place a little bit more bamboo on the spaces we've missed it. You've missed it there as well. I know. Shut up. Stop pointing out all of my flaws and my failures. You always do this to me. Well, you're trying to put out a professional video and you keep making all these mistakes. How are people supposed to be able to copy what you're doing if you keep making mistakes? Oh, shut up. I don't know. Mini. Oh, jeez. Keep running out of glass. And there we go. That is everything in place and everything pretty much bar the decoration 100% complete. However, I've had an idea on how we can make this farm probably a little bit more efficient and also less redstone intensive. So, at the moment, every single level has its own observer, and that observer is firing its own circuit into its own set of pistons. But look, we've got all of these grown here, which are ready to be harvested, but our observer isn't going to observe anything until that one's grown. And that's the same on every level. Every level has some that are ready to harvest. So what if we triggered everything just from one observer, or even got rid of the observers altogether and just used a timer? Now, I don't think a timer is necessary. I think an observer's fine, but we can definitely run it all off one. If we got rid of all of that and all of that on every single one except one of them, we can just link them all up together with a few redstone torches and a little bit of redstone, and this whole farm would be, I think, more efficient because it would be firing more regularly. Or maybe it wouldn't. Maybe a timer would be better. It's difficult to know, but I do like it. I'm not going to change it. I'm just saying we could, by the way. And also, before you get all excitable in the comments about so-and-so's done this farm and this farm's better, or check out this, or why don't you do it like that, or you should do this, or you should make flying machines, please remember, I really enjoy the creative process of inventing and designing my own farms. I'm not interested what so-and-so did or someone else's farm. I haven't watched tutorials on someone else's how to do it first because I want to figure it out. And I like figuring out, and I like sharing that process with you guys. So if you're one of these people that goes to the comments just to tell me that someone else has done it better or to check out someone else's farm, don't bother, because I'll just delete the comment because it's annoying. Anyway, right. Yes, this farm will trigger any moment now. We'll be getting many bamboos in the old storage system. In fact, what we should do is maybe do a little bit of a rates test. But yeah, very many in there already. Very nice. It appears there is a bunny in my hopper. Now all I need to do is empty out this chest and then just set a 5-minute timer and see how we do. Well, the timer has just gone off, but I'm not in any rush to go and check the boxes because there was a little bit of a breakage of the farm because I made an error with building it and we got 26, which is not amazing, but it's not horrendous. But yeah, up here, we had a set of sticky pistons stuck out because I put the leaf blocks on this side in the wrong place. Now I've moved the leaf blocks now, but I now need to reset the sticky pistons, and in order to do that I need to get up there to get to them, which means I need lots of scaffolding because yeah, it's hard to get to everything on this farm. And there we go, the timer is up for another 5 minutes and I'm not expecting much, to be honest, so let's check out what we've got. 32 pieces. 32. Well, that's not bad. Half a stack in 5 minutes. But what you've got to bear in mind with a passive farm like this that is just working on growth, it's not going to be particularly fast over 5 minutes because the randomness of how quickly the bamboo grows will massively affect how much of it actually grows and how much of it gets broken. So realistically, what we need to do is test this more over the space of an hour rather than over the space of 5 minutes. And I've just noticed down here, we are getting quite a few stuck on the side, but that'll be from the ones that are on the leaf blocks there. So it's not 100% efficient, this. So I'm resetting my timer. I'm going to empty out this box here, and I'm just going to, wait and decorate and do all sorts of stuff until that timer goes off, and then we'll see exactly what we've got. We have 5 seconds left on the clock to make it a full hour. There it goes. The timer is off. Let's check out what we got. And there we go. Not bad. Not bad. Nearly 9 stacks in 1 hour. That's pretty good for a passive farm. That means one overnight AFK session is going to be lots and lots and lots of bamboo. Yeah, that's fine. That's great. I have started decorating it, although I have run out of bamboo. This side's going to have bamboo all growing up it. And I also started working on the sugarcane farm decoration as well. Although I'm not overly sure I like the iron block. See, it kind of worked quite nicely on the cactus farm there, but the cactus farm was actually an odd shape. Having these two like this, the iron blocks are actually banging into each other, and it kind of looks a little bit weird. So I'm thinking, get rid of the iron blocks, just use the bamboo and just have these things as, yeah, 14 by 14 squares. And there we go. I have now decorated both farms, made them look very green. They look okay. I've obviously just used all of the sugarcane and the bone meal to make them obvious what they are. But there is a bit of a problem. And it's not so much a problem and more of just dealing with a Bedrock Edition bug. So, as we know from building this farm, it relies on observers seeing the bamboo growing. But we also know that in Bedrock Edition, observers can be a little bit unreliable and things can often grow past them without them detecting them. A little bit like that bamboo shoot over there in front of that one. So that's never ever going to harvest because the observers missed it, which is not good. Now, what we have to do then is either add in redundancies, so extra observers like we've got on the sugarcane farm. Each piston has an observer, so it will never ever miss, or the chances of all of them missing are very, very unlikely. For this, all I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the observer system and just put in a timer and just have it run on a timer, and I think that'll be much better. So let's do that. So the first thing to do is get rid of all of the existing redstone, which I've done on this side, and the other thing it means we can do is actually replace our end cap piece with another slime block, which will mean that every single piece of bamboo is actually going to get pushed with the slime block rather than one with the solid block. But what that also means is we need to extend our observers, no, not observers, our sea lanterns, our leaf blocks, and our slime blocks as well. And for the sake of neatness, we might as well take out all of the sticky pistons and put them on the end block rather than just having them randomly somewhere else. So now I've got to go put them all back in again. Oh, great, jeez. And you can get a little bit of a better look at what's going on from this angle here. So we've got the redstone torch tower with the observers looking at the torches going into the pistons, and we have an etho hopper clock underneath. And yes, I've only done this on one side so far because I want to make sure it's actually going to work. So the etho hopper clock is just here, and we need to link this redstone torch here to that torch tower there, which really shouldn't be all that difficult. And there we go, with a bit of dust and a repeater, we don't need that torch there, that should activate the tower. So if I turn this thing on a relatively short clock, we should be able to see those sticky pistons, or those pistons on each side firing out. There we go. Oh, and it cascades up, look. Now, we won't have it going that fast when it's actually running, but you get the idea. And there we go. Both sides completely done and working on the timer. Obviously, this timer is too fast, so what we need to do is work out the average growth rate of a piece of bamboo and work the timer around that. How hard could it be? According to the Minecraft wiki, the default random tick speed, each plant will grow approximately every 4,096 game ticks, or 204.8 seconds, which works out at around about 3.4 minutes. We can only assume that Bedrock is the same. We could do some tests, but we'll probably use that. I think that's fine. So how many items in our item machine is 3 minutes? Good question. I believe one full hopper in an etho hopper clock is equivalent to 5 minutes, and there's 5 slots, so I reckon 3 slots worth will be 3 minutes. That should work absolutely fine. So let's undo that. Let's let this system run. Let's take out the bamboo that was powering it before, and let's see how we get on with that. Well, I'm going to have to cut this little trial short because it turns out, after checking the timings on this is only actually lasting for 1 minute and 15 seconds, which is less than half of what we need, but it's more than half of what we can get. Now, I could double the amount of time that this thing will run for by changing our output system, but I think what I'm going to do is just add in another couple of stacks, and we'll just fill this thing up with stone bricks, and that way we're going to get roughly, I would say maybe 2 and a bit minutes, probably. I'm going to do a test again and see how long that all lasts for. But yeah, it's not ideal. 5 stacks lasts for exactly 2 minutes and 8 seconds, which is still not quite long enough, really. But 1 whole harvest will give us 37 pieces of bamboo. Okay, so doing the maths on that, that works out at roughly 16 stacks per hour, which is more than we got when we were running from the observer method, which is good. But are we running too quickly is the question. Is that going to affect our rates too much? And the next harvest has just happened. Let's see how many we got this time. We got 38 pieces. So yeah, we're getting roughly the same amount each time. There will be some that hang on the edge and don't go anywhere. That's absolutely fine. We don't want them to grow too high that we're not going to be able to collect them. But I think that's okay. I think 16 stacks an hour is absolutely fine for a passive bamboo farm. With a nice clock, a nice and simple system, very, very low redstone. Hardly anything really, a bunch of pistons and a few slime blocks. Yeah, pretty lag-free system, nice and easy to build. There we go. I think we can say safely that we've got something decent on our hands. And while that's been running, we've also been getting quite a bit of sugarcane coming through this thing. I've emptied that out a couple more times and we've got loads more in there. And our cactus farm that we built a little while ago has also been running. We've got loads of cactus now as well. So overall, this area where we're going to be doing quite a lot of AFK time is already generating us a lot of stuff. Now, why do we want bamboo? Mainly for scaffolding, because it's amazing for fuel. And why do we want sugarcane? Well, for paper, for rockets. Why do we want cactus? For green dye. Just for this glass, really. Yeah. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to say thank you all very much for watching this video. I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please do leave a like. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing. And hopefully, I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!